Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. Oh, hell no.
Judge, today's case, I scream, you scream.
They share a business, they share a home, they share a child, but he won't share his last name. Let's see if we can figure out why.
Court is now in session.
Hi guys, it's Yoni and I'm back with another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be reacting to an episode of Divorce Court. So I went on their YouTube channel. I'm going to leave a link down below in the description box. So you should check out Divorce Court. You can learn a lot. You can learn a lot from these different couples and situations that they come with on this TV show. But I wanted to do a reaction to this video, and then I'm probably going to do a lot more reactions to Divorce Court because there are some very interesting episodes on there that I think that we can all learn from and take some things from when it comes to relationships, marriage, and things like that. In today's video, I'm going to be reacting to a woman that gave a man a child in 9 years of her life, but he refuses to marry her. So let's go ahead and get right into this reaction video, and then I'll be back for the remainder of my commentary.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Sheree Hill and Brandon Harris. Ms. Hill and Mr. Harris, the two of you have been together for 9 years. You have one child together. Ms. Hill, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship and why you're here in divorce court today?
Well, Judge, I'm here because I've been with this man for 9 years. I love him dearly. I'm trying to lock it down, though. I'm trying to change my last name to his and get some ice on his finger, and the only ice he wants to give me is ice cream, Judge.
Y'all own an ice cream truck, right?
Yes, we have our own we have our own ice cream truck business. 6 years ago, he gave me a promise ring, which is nice, but I'm trying to get an engagement ring. One day I wake up and I start getting all these congratulations. So I'm like, what's this for? You know, people congratulate me on an engagement. I'm like, well, when did this happen? I'm like, babe, did you know about this? He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, when did we get engaged? Oh, babe, you know, we've been engaged.
Wow.
I'm like, no, I would remember this. That's something right, that's something that a woman would remember. So I'm feeling robbed from an engagement.
Now, Mr. Harris, how did you two get engaged without her knowledge?
It was not like that, all right? I was speaking to a family member, maybe a couple of friends about, you know, I'm thinking like, yeah, she's the one, we've been together for a while, and I think I want to get engaged, and, you know, we want to get married. Well, you know, they decided, of course, to make it their business to put it out there for everybody else. So they jumped the gun on it, and, you know, it just got really misconstrued.
Yeah, and it got out in front of him.
It got out in front of him, it was a little out of hand, you know.
But you gotta give him credit. He was expressing some very good intentions. You know, that he was telling his people that he thinks you're the one.
I understand that, but when we're sitting at the dinner table and we're all like, yeah, Harris gang, you know, because that everyone has the same last name, we're like, ha, except for you. You know, the kids are like, ha, except for you, mom, you know. It makes me feel some type of way. I want to be a part of the group, and they let me know that my last name is not the same.
Right. Now, let me... What's the holdup?
I just want to say this. If a man gives you a promise ring 6 years in after a baby, that is a shut up ring. That is a, I'm trying to string you along until I make up my mind as to what I really want. Because this is a man that strung her along for 9 years. 6 years 6 years you receive a promise ring after having his child? That's insane to me. That's insane to me. That's insane to me. I could never accept something like that. And it's not to knock her at all, because sometimes when we're in the thick of things, we don't really see how maybe we're worth more than what we're receiving because we're so deep in the thick of things. But if a man gives you a promise ring 6 years in and you had his baby, he's not trying to marry you. And he may have some issues within himself that he needs to work on, like he has a commitment phobia or something. I'm not really sure. He's playing her. He's stringing her along until he feels he can make his decision on whether or not he wants to marry her.
On the marriage thing, because he said he thinks you're the one. Did I get that right?
Yeah, I think so. And then sometimes
I think so.
I think so.
Well, tell me what's the hesitancy on your
Well, it has it's more so it's a financial thing. I mean, Sheree's a great woman. We have fun together.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Everybody loves her. But financially, sometimes, I'm a man, I'm a provider, but being that we have our own business.
It sounds like a personal problem.
I like to think too, and three steps ahead of things.
Right.
Make sure we have a plan together and stuff. Whereas, with Sheree, it's just like she really don't.
I've asked this man, we've had numerous conversations. I asked him about the timeline. At first, he used to say, oh, well, wait till, we get the business going, wait till, it's legal and everything. So I made sure that we did that. Call his father up so we could help out, get all the paperwork together, got that done. So we revisit the situation. Okay, babe.
Excuse me, that was more like I
revisit the
You
situation.
handle it.
I handle majority of the paperwork. Sheree is always down to go out to do any type of events. We have events or birthday parties, things of that nature. Sheree's always the first one in line to be there, at the front of the show.
At the end of the day, we legitimize the
no
business.
paperwork. She's not helping.
He said that was one of the reasons
invoices, none of this stuff.
He said that was one of the reasons why we weren't getting married, Judge. So,
Because you don't do enough paperwork?
because it wasn't legal yet. Yeah, that was one of the reasons. So I made sure that we went ahead and legalized and everything. So I asked him, okay, well, what about, getting married? So now he's saying that.
So let me get this right. He thinks going into business with her is not a big commitment as far as going into marriage with her. Am I getting that right? Am I getting that right? So you guys are financially binded together through this business. And without the partnership of you guys working together, your financial security would be depleted. It wouldn't exist. Right? Am I getting that right? But you won't marry her. Who starts a business and legalizes a business with a woman that they are romantically are involved with, sexually involved with, emotionally involved with, but you don't want to actually make things official within your relationship, but you'll start a business? Once again, he was manipulating her and he was stringing her along, telling her that, oh, if we just get this business together, if we get this paperwork together, if you do X, Y, and Z, basically like prove to me that you can, do what I need you to do my way. He seems like he has some control issues as well. Then I'll give you my last name. I'll give you my ring. So he's like hanging this over her head, stringing her along, and he's reaping all the benefits. He sounds like a narcissist. Now, I don't like using that term a lot because I feel like in today's times it's overused. But he definitely has narcissistic traits and control issues, excessive control issues, and then always making it seem like she's not doing enough when in reality it seems like she's doing a lot. So I don't know, we'll see. Maybe there's some things that he just doesn't like about her that she's doing, but I doubt it. Like a lot of times men that are like this, they use this manipulation tactic to make you feel like you're not doing enough, and that's the reason. And so what they do is they have you focus on yourself and make it seem like something's wrong with you, so then they can continue to reap the benefits, and you're focused on how you feel like you just not enough. I hate it when men do that, but let's see if that's true. We about to see.
I recently was diagnosed with lupus, and so it can take a toll. Sometimes it was hard to get insurance. Insurance was hard, it was high. Yeah. And so he has a fear that if we get married, that they combine the incomes, insurance will just be sky high, or that we won't be able to get it at all to cover my sickness. But I feel like that's just another excuse.
But you already have insurance.
Exactly. And when we get married,
so what is your real fear?
No, I mean, that's part of it too. Just insurance is one part, but overall, it's just about being able to make sure that we can continue to provide for the business, make sure we have something to leave the children behind.
This business, y'all. This business.
Make sure that,
He cared more about the business than her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You made one.
Right.
So that obligation is there forever.
Well, right.
So why wait to get married?
At this point, like I said, when we made this agreement 5 or 6 years ago, when I talked about it and the family put it out there beforehand, we were going through a lot. We were trying to, get stable, get ourselves credit together, things like that. And those are things I think are very important when it comes time to get married. We're going to get married. I want to have this stuff in order. I know how many women would want to marry a broke man?
So she's just not bringing in enough money. You're already committed to her forever. You know what I mean? If you separate, you're still going to have to pay her child support. So why are you waiting for some economic threshold to be crossed?
Thank you.
In order to get married. I'm working on your behalf.
I feel like he's coming with a lot of excuses because he once was married before, so I feel like he just doesn't want to go down that road again.
Can you be
Commitment
truthful
phobia.
about why you don't want to get married? Because the money situation doesn't make any sense.
It's not that I don't want to get married, but to me, that is a huge thing. I mean, there's been situations with us finding out about her being sick, and there's been time where I may have hurt my back or something like that. And if I'm out of work for 2 or 3 weeks, that can be detrimental to a whole household,
Yeah, but how is that more detrimental if you have a marriage license as opposed to the fact that you're living together and a baby and don't have a marriage license? How does that make the economic difficulty any more?
Well, you got me there, Judge.
These are the questions I've been trying to get the answer to.
You know what I'm saying? You're already in one household, right?
Right.
So how would a marriage license make that economic difficulty more dire?
Exactly.
I feel like it would with everything that's
How?
going on.
Well, you know you're wrong. So let's just leave that alone. Let's stop talking about things that don't make sense. Tell me about her work ethic.
Like, okay, she'll come in and she'll do anything. If I ask her to do it, she'll come and help to do it or whatever. But it's a lot of things that she won't do on her own. Like, we have to do invoices at the end of the week. We have to schedule these things
Oh
with
my
parties and
gosh.
stuff. And
Oh
you see
my
me out there,
gosh.
I'm
This
doing
business.
extra work over here.
Jump in and help me out.
I don't want to have to
That's
come to you and
because
make the
this
call
man
and say, hey,
has to micromanage everything.
Control
He can't just
freak.
leave it up to me. He has to be over my shoulder watching everything I do. One of the times I got a temporary job, temporary delivery job. This man stops working his event to come follow me to make sure that I'm delivering right. Every 5 minutes he's calling me on the phone. I can't even follow my GPS, Your Honor, because he's calling me every 5 minutes to see, like, what are you doing?
Mr. Harris, did you go on a job to see if she was delivering right?
She had
Oh my goodness.
I remember that. So she had a route. She was doing like a delivery route one time, and
Right.
anything that she's doing, I'm going to support her.
Okay.
She had a timeline. So I was just curious as to how she was doing on the timeline, and
That man pulled up on me in his truck to make sure that I was doing it right. And then we got into an argument, and guess what? I never did finish that night. Once I was able to shake him, I finished in 3 hours. And he
Wow,
said,
that's a control freak. I could.
And there are a lot of things that she's good at. She is, it's a yin to my yang a lot of times, but it's certain things when it comes to...
She can be the yin to your yang, but she can't get your last name.
I know I can be, I'm being a little anal about it. I want to make sure things are done correctly, but there'll be times when she'll just, other things, if I don't say anything to her, she doesn't just go and take care of it by herself.
Yeah. Are you not proactive about the things that need to happen in the business that puts him in a position of having to monitor how everything goes? Think
Why
about it.
does that even matter?
I mean, for the most part, I do XYZ for the business. Invoices, marketing. But I can't forget certain things because I'm also a full-time student. I have to work full-time, and I do everything in the house.
Oh, hell no. No,
He's
no,
not picking up the
no.
slack with the housework.
Oh, no.
He has what I call a magic drawer in our house. He opens up the drawer, everything is folded neatly and clean. Okay? And so one day, he couldn't find any socks. So now he's running around the house, ranting and raving, oh, I can't find any socks. Where the socks at? He goes to put on an undershirt. Can't find any undershirts. Like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. Where are all the white clothes at? Someone stole them. Because he goes from 0 to 100. So he literally was running around. He thought someone stole his underwear and trousers.
She done gave this man all this free milk, and he didn't even buy the cow. So no wonder he don't want to marry her. It's because he's too comfortable. He's getting sex. He got a baby. He got a nice house. She takes care of everything. She's running the house. She's caregiving within the home. She's also going to school. So she is a woman of ambition. She has drive. She's a hard worker. She's basically muling in this relationship to prove that she is worthy of his last name. And in the midst of her doing all of these things, he still doesn't feel that she's worthy of his last name. That's what I'm getting from this.
I was like, man, they're in the dryer. I show him the dryer. He looks like it's a foreign entity. Like, dryer?
No. Let me tell you, Judge. Let me tell you. The whole thing is, I've tried to help out in the house, but anything that I do in the house is never to her liking. You know, I can go in there and wash the dishes or something. This cup ain't clean. I can go. I washed clothes one time. I tried to wash clothes. You know, she was.
Y'all know men don't know how to clean good. They just don't know how to clean well.
Housework.
Right.
She got mad. I put a towel in there with some underwear. Oh my God, you should have seen her.
I wash my undergarments with towels. I have to walk around with lifted drawers all day. Like, he knows how to wash clothes. He just refuses, and he uses that as an excuse on not to do housework.
Manipulation.
So if he doesn't put some type of timeline together, you know, to lock it down, I'm gonna have to go.
As you should.
Did you hear that, Mr. Harris? What's your response to that? When did you get diagnosed with lupus?
On Christmas Eve of last year.
Okay. But you probably had it before then.
I didn't. I didn't know what it was. Yeah.
Wow.
You just didn't know.
A black woman.
Explain a few things.
That's a black woman.
Lupus will mess with you in all different ways, shape, and form.
Yeah,
Kill your energy, all of that.
The diary of a black
it makes me
woman.
forget
Like,
sometimes
literally.
I'm on new medication,
Right.
and so my body has to get used to it. I'm tired a lot, and it's like he just sees me going. He fails to realize that sometimes like I can't, and it's like he's very supportive.
He is so
but I feel like
selfish.
he doesn't fully understand.
Doesn't get
He
how
is
it
so
feels.
selfish.
I probably don't. I would have to empathize with that. I mean, I don't know exactly how it would feel, but the thing is, this is why I work so hard with the business and stuff, because we're not getting any younger here.
You got a 6-month at home?
6-year-old.
6-year-old at
Yes.
home. Any
We also
more
have
kids at
7
home?
kids. Yes, we have a son who lives there.
12 as well.
He's
That's
12.
Who's doing the primary parenting?
Me.
Oh no. No.
Yeah. I think she does a little more than me, but we both are.
And I do housework. I
What
help
do
him
you
with the homework
do?
and
Like,
stuff
what
like
do
that.
you
I mean,
do?
he's there and he supports me.
And you going to school?
That's not
And I
support,
go to school.
sis.
Yes.
I'm trying to hear you, but I just don't see what she's not really doing.
I just want her to be able to come up with something. If she's not going to go all the way in with this business and maybe just take over some of these roles, because I'm doing everything by myself, and it takes
Everything like what?
Being a potential husband at home too. It takes away when I'm out here from 7:30 in the morning. I don't get home till 10:30 at night, doing every little thing that goes on with the business.
So she needs to take on more of the business, even though she's the primary caregiver at home and does the cooking and the cleaning and going to school and got lupus, but you need help with the accounts?
Thank you.
We share with the house. I mean, with the kids, we share a lot more. I may not do as much of the housework because she'll complain about that, but we share. I take part in the cooking. I take the kids, to baseball practice,
Just
to the
recently,
games.
since he found out that he has celiac disease and he cannot eat gluten, just recently he started cooking, and that's because he can't eat out anymore, and so he has to. And so, and that's not even like he's cooking all the time. I think he's made like 3
She
meals.
cook more so for me. But when it comes to the kids, I take more part. With them.
You do, yeah. I got you.
He's a good father.
You want $1,000 for 2 car payments. Tell me about that.
Well, because at this point, I just feel like he doesn't want to get married. He's giving me excuse after excuse, and like you said, they don't make any sense. They don't make any sense to me. So if he doesn't put some type of timeline together, to lock it down, I'm gonna have to go.
Cause you look good, girl.
Did you hear that, Mr. Harris? What's your response to that?
She look
I don't want her to
good.
go anywhere. I just wanted to step up. That's my main thing. I want you to step up with me with the business a little bit while you're
I
able
don't know
to.
how much more I
Girl,
can
get
step
out while
up,
you can.
Because when he asks for something, I do it. I do it immediately. So
Does she?
No. Because
What?
if I call you and ask you to do something immediately, you already know. Well, right now I'm folding clothes, so I'm not finna put you want me to stop
what are
folding
you
clothes
doing
and go
for
over here and send this
her?
lady an invoice. I'm like,
What
yeah,
is he
she's
doing
ready to
for
pay a deposit
her?
right now.
Like, he'll call and be like, I need you to write this lady an invoice.
Yeah,
This load might be
I
acting
know what's happening here.
up. Right, and so he wants me to
You
drop
said on your
everything.
paperwork, you said, I wrote a dirty word under what you said. It starts with horse. I told Sheree she needs to prepare for marriage, and she's not doing that. She needs to get financially stable before we get married. Did they get that wrong?
No, they get that wrong.
Never do wife duties at girlfriend prices. First meal I ever cooked my husband was a week after we were married. First meal. I didn't clean nothing of his. I didn't pick up nothing of his. I didn't do nothing. Yeah, he wanted to marry. You know what I mean. You're not giving me a ring and some security. You don't clean your own stuff. I got time for that. I got things to do. You don't think I'm good enough? You think I'm good enough to share your body? You think I'm good enough to have your baby? You think I'm good enough that he can trust you with his clothes and his business, but he can't give you his last name?
That's crazy.
Mr. Harris. That is a ridiculous thing.
Ridiculous.
You're already 100% into it, financially, emotionally, and familially tied to one another. 100%.
100%.
All you're doing is not giving her that sense of security. That's all you're
And that's
doing.
very
and
selfish.
It's not fair.
It's
she's
selfish.
giving you everything she's got. At no time will she be perfect. At no time will she do everything just the way you like it.
Right.
Quiet as it kept, you're not perfect. And you don't do everything that she likes the way that she likes it. You interrupt her on her job and all that kind of stuff. And you're all picky and mean and all that kind of stuff.
I honestly don't know why she want to marry you.
She gotta prove that she's wife material because she does 99 things, but that last 100 things she ain't doing. So I ain't giving no ring. I'll give her a couple of babies. I'll let her cook for me. I'll let her clean for me. I'll let her have sex with me. The one thing she wants, I ain't handed. Don't be that dude. She's set. Something happens to her, you know what they'll do? What the hospital and what the government and Medicaid, Medicare, you know what they'll do with you? They'll act like you don't exist because you are a stranger to her. You will have no rights. You will not be able to go see her in the hospital because you're not related to her. You just a brother in her house. And the government won't care. And the hospital won't care. She's sick. She's beautiful. She's doing everything she can. She had your baby. Damn, give her something. You no money because you're not going anywhere. You are so invested and committed, and he knows you're invested and committed, not going anywhere.
That's part of the problem.
You know, love her enough to give her some security. Love her enough for that. You're in it for the long haul. You ain't going nowhere. Give her a ring.
Right.
I did my best.
Thank you.
She can do better. So what can we learn from this episode? First of all, she was too invested, too soon, too fast. She was just too invested. When you invest in a person that's not reciprocating that same energy back, you play yourself. Now, I do understand the fact that most likely by the looks of it, he seems like a manipulator. He seems like he gaslights her, he strings her along, and he makes it seem like she's not worthy of what she's asking for, and in a sense that like puts her in this phase to prove that she is, and in the process of her doing that, he's reaping all the benefits. That's why I feel like she should still walk away from the situation. I don't even know why she wants to be with a man like that, because he seems like he has a lot of issues, commitment phobia, control freak. He seems insecure, he seems self-centered, he seems like he's all about himself. He seems like he will do anything to get what he wants, but he doesn't think of her at all. She's like a afterthought. And so when I look at their relationship dynamic, it's like, sis, what are you really wanting? What are you really fighting for when it comes to this relationship? Are you sure you even want to be in a relationship with this man? Are you sure you want to marry this man? Because he may give you the ring, the title, the commitment, everything like that, but what if he is worse within marriage than he is when y'all are just boyfriend and girlfriend? Honestly, I feel like she's still in shape, she's still beautiful, she can get any type of man that she wants to get. Even in the midst of her battling and living with lupus, I still feel like she has the world at her feet, and I feel like she deserves better than what she's receiving in this relationship. But one thing that I do want to highlight, stop giving men free milk, endless milk without buying the cow. They need to invest in you. Men are always saying, well, oh, a woman has to prove that she's worthy of being wifey, she's worthy of the wife title and things like that. And no, you don't. You don't. It shows through how you carry yourself. And this is why I always tell you guys, how you carry yourself matters. How you present yourself every day you leave the house, it matters. And then also a woman's characteristics. If she has ambition, drive, is she a hard worker? Does she showcase self-love? Does she take care of herself, etc., etc.? If you're a woman that focuses on carrying yourself in a certain way, and you have really, really, really good characteristics, you have integrity, you have self-discipline, you love yourself, you look after yourself, you take care of yourself, and you have all of these characteristics, a man will see that. You don't have to prove that to anyone. A lot of women make the mistake to feel like they have to prove their worth, and it's like your worth can be seen. Your worth can be seen. Just like your beauty can be seen, your worth can be seen. And it's not something that you have to prove to anyone. That includes family and friends. So that's all that I have regarding this video, you guys. I would love your thoughts and opinions, so make sure you comment them down below. And if you're new here, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you are notified for when I upload. This is Real with Yoni, and I will see you guys in my next video.